Chris Childers and Gene Chizik here on the campus of Ole Miss inside the Manning Center. Had a great camp tour stop today, Coach. We talked to Ross Bjork, the AD, Hugh Freeze, the head coach, Bo Wallace, third-year starting quarterback. Lots of guys making plays in the defense we visited with. Really a good stop today.
I thought it was a great stop, Chris. And again, you can tell there's a buzz, there's an excitement here. There's a level of confidence here, I think. I think you got so many guys returning 3 years in a row with great continuity from the coaching staff. The facilities are off the chart right now in terms of what you see going on. So I just think that it's going to be really interesting to see how Hugh does in his third year.
Expectations are bigger because they've recruited so well, and there's a lot of talent now on campus.
No doubt, and I think that's really going to contribute to the depth that we talked about. They've been in so many close SEC games where they just couldn't quite pull it off, and normally that was in the fourth quarter. I think you're going to see depth kick in. I think you're going to see a little bit different football team in terms of closing out, close games against SEC opponents.
You had a chance to tour the facilities, and we're standing inside the Manning Center, and I'm looking around. It is gorgeous, and like we talked about on the show, you got to have nice stuff, and you got to keep up, and Ole Miss has made that commitment.
There's no question. When we talked to Ross today, there was no doubt that he's a guy that wants to say yes. He doesn't want to say no. You look at their team meeting room; it's state of the art, probably the best one I've ever been in. Everything that they're doing new, you can tell they're making a commitment for it to be a state of the art facility and to be the best in the league. So, as everybody else is too, as we know, and that's what we talked about today. They have to be able to do that to keep up.
Final thing, we talked to Bo Wallace, who's now a third-year starter, and he seems healthy, and he was banged up at the end of last season. In our conversation, what were some of the things that really jumped out to you that the quarterback had to say?
I think he's got the it factor. I think when you just talk to him, I've seen him, I played against him, I saw him play a lot of games last year. He's one of the most fierce competitors that I've played against and seen. He hates to lose. And he's got that it factor, and you just know that out at practice when he says something, he's been through a lot, but when he says something, people are going to listen. I think he's got the leadership ability. I think he's got the it factor. It'll be really interesting to see him play now as a healthy Bo Wallace.
Should be a big year for the Ole Miss Rebels. Going to wrap up our camp tour stop in Oxford. For Gene Chizik, I'm Chris Childers, and we'll see you next time on the road.